Hello and welcome to Be Here Now, where presence invites perspective and allows peace. We are live on newstreamingnetwork.com, WGSN-DB Going Solo Network Radio, TV, and podcast, the #1 internet singles talk network. If you enjoy our content, do Janice and I a solid and like, comment, share, and subscribe. We would be extremely grateful. Today's topic: the wolves are circling. How do I remain unmoved? I am your co-host, Judy Forder, and I am here with my co-host in peace, Miss
Janice Leonard. Hey, hi everybody. Glad you're here. Thanks so much for supporting here and being here with us. Is everyone all set for Thanksgiving? How about you, Judy?
Not really.
I don't even have my turkey bought yet.
No,
it's not good. I thought this topic was perfect as we looking into the holidays. So
yes.
Thanks so much for choosing this one. I appreciate it. Judy and I, we know we do this every week. We want to share our stories, our tools, and our journey. We're trying to find some peace and presence. We want to be here now. So thanks for being here. We are a nonprofit 501c3. So any donations you make are tax deductible. We have a website, peacefulempowermentworks.org. And there's a donate button on the top of the screen and one at the bottom. And if you can donate and support our work, we appreciate it. Thank you. Did I leave anything out? That went really fast. I was thinking it should go faster, but that seemed a little too fast.
You rolled beautifully through it.
Okay.
So that being said, Janice, would you like to ring us in?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. All right. Now, with Thanksgiving right around the corner, we have our attitude of gratitude for this week from Miss Janice.
Yes. Yeah, I picked this picture for a couple things. This one is I'm giving my last day to work for my little part-time job that I've held on to for 3 hours a week. And I'll be ending the end of January. All those things are coming back up. You know, you didn't do a good job there anyway, and they don't want you, and so on. That little racing thoughts thing. And then think about the last career job I had, which this is a picture of my coworker. And the same thing, I still have those racing thoughts about then. You weren't any good when you left, blah, 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 blah. But so trying to turn that around, what can I do? Well, you know what? One of the things that's hardest about leaving a job is the people. You make friends and you leave the job and hopefully you go into another one and you can make new friends. But, when you start from, this is pre-COVID, so you go to working at home and start a new job, you're still at home, you don't end up making those new friends again. And it's hard. I miss those people. I miss that connection, everyday connection. And you end up sharing things that I wouldn't imagine sharing these days. Right. And so this picture right here is one of my friends from my last career job. This is Luana. And she is the only person who still reaches out to me and from that job. And, that's my last set of connections. So it's hard. And she, I don't always answer the phone. I don't like talking on the phone. I'm not always there. And she's been through hell and back in the last year, lost her husband and so on. And she still calls and she accepts me the way I am. She knows that I don't like to talk on the phone and she's still in my life and she still reaches out and we still share a special. It's just, I just have such gratitude for her.
That's fantastic, Janice. I appreciate you sharing your honesty, and that's what we do here. So I just want to point that out again, though, because I know you're in the middle of it right now. And I appreciate you so honest and talking about It's bringing up those old belief systems. Now, do you feel there's a big difference between when you felt these feelings and heard that dialogue years ago versus hearing it now?
Oh, definitely. It's definitely less.
Excellent.
Yeah. I used to get like panic attacks about it. I mean, I used to like I'd sit in the office thinking how terrible I was, or because I did something not perfect, or someone said something and, oh my God, or I said something, they're going to take it wrong. I'd just be like, I used to be like that. And racing thoughts. Now,
Mhm.
I still think that I left that job not at my best. But I accept the fact that I
Okay.
wasn't at my best when I left that job. And so, I don't know. And then they had me work from home for a while, and that didn't work. And so it ended up, yeah.
Mhm.
And so I still have a little bit of that, but the job I'm leaving now, I can put it in the correct perspective.
Excellent.
I can. It's still there a little bit, but I know it's not true. It comes up, but
Perfect.
I know it's not true.
Perfect. And that's it right there. It's not that the thoughts stop coming. It's how we deal with them and how we accept them. Are we going to believe them, or are you going to be able to pause and look at that and say, I don't believe that anymore. That's not true.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful gift right there. So
It's
I
just
am
amazing.
very grateful that you see.
Yeah, it's just amazing that I can think how, all the people don't like me anyway, and I bet you they're glad I'm going, and it's crazy. It's crazy, but it must be that leaving thing, that endings for me, like people moving away, and it still just
Right.
brings up that there's something still. Anyway, so I've got great work this week. I'm doing.
You are doing great work.
Yeah.
It makes sense that it brings up your abandonment pattern.
Yeah.
And it's a way for you to reflect back on the stories you told yourself about everything and to why it unfolded. What I feel like one of the greatest gifts you've been given in the past 6 months is when you had your step family as your gratitude. And then
Yeah.
it was your niece that reached out and said, we never felt that way.
Yeah.
We always love you.
Yeah.
What a beautiful gift, because
Yeah.
it really helped put in perspective that was the story you told yourself. It wasn't how they were feeling. So
Yeah.
then you roll into this experience and it's like, that's the story I told myself. It's not the truth of what really
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
So you don't believe it. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Yep.
Divine timing.
Yay.
Yay. All right. So moving right along, what is your good news story for the week?
My good news story is, I like this one. This comes from Fabiosa Kindness in Action. And I'm going to go ahead and read it. This is the woman. Find someone easier, people said. I chose the boy with the darker skin, and Sam became the light that I was missing. When I told my mom, she begged me to stop. People won't understand. You'll get hurt, she said. But my heart had already chosen. At the orphanage, a boy sat on the cold floor fixing a toy with tape. Dark skin, big eyes that didn't trust. The worker whispered, he doesn't talk much. He doesn't expect to leave. I knelt down. Hey, Sam, I said. A moment passed. Then the small hand reached out and touched my sleeve. That single touch changed everything. The first night, Sam lined up the shoes by the door, ready to run. I left the light on just in case. Weeks later, laughter filled that same room. Strangers stared at us in grocery aisles. One woman asked, are you sure he's yours? I smiled. More than you could ever know. Years went fast. Now Sam drives me to the clinic, reminds me to eat, covers me with a blanket when I fall asleep on the couch. The boy the world didn't want became the one who keeps me alive. Back then, I think, my experience is, interracial adoptions, interracial marriages were not common.
No.
It was a bigger deal way back then. So, this story, you need to keep that in perspective when, I don't know what year it was, but, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And, there's a lot of stories, a lot of beliefs that went along with that, and to go against the culture and society at that time was probably a big deal. But it wasn't to her. It wasn't to her. And I just, you give love and you get it back. What goes around comes around. And I just love this.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so true. It's like she followed her heart. Mm-hmm. And, the heart will never lead you astray. Will never lead you in direction. And that's what courage it took for both of them. Because I'm sure it was challenging for him.
Yeah. Probably the only African-American in his school. I mean, that's those times.
And they took on the world together.
Yeah. And look at him, and now that it's, I believe, much more socially acceptable and okay. There's nothing wrong with it. And there we are. Yeah. Decades later.
Yes. Growth.
Healing. I guess I'm hung up on adoption lately for some reason. I'm reading a story about adoption. I follow true crime a bit, and I just finished a story about an adoption. And now this story hit me particularly well. I like a happy ending.
Yes. Unlike true crime. Yes.
That one was not happy.
There are many more happy endings. Happy endings.
Oh.
That's funny. You have adoption on the mind.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel like we're going to go ahead and roll right into Pathways of Peace. We're going to start on our topic.
Okay.
We're running ahead, so there must be a lot for us to talk about.
I guess so. It's funny because I feel like I talked a lot, but okay.
Okay, so first of all, for those of you that don't know, and whatever, Unmoved is a piece of art. It's a painting that was shown to me years ago. I can't even remember how long ago. And as soon as I saw it, it struck me. So when we say the wolves are circling, how do I remain unmoved? It's all based on this painting. So I did what I did last week. I sat down and I said, if a client said this to me, what would I do? What would come through? So here we go. Remember, I'm an intuitive counselor. You take whatever aligns and hits with you. You keep that, you throw the rest away. Unmoved in the way we are speaking means not affected by the chaos and distractions that surround you. You remain focused on the present moment and are engaged in life, but not absorbed by it. You have learned to live as the observer of your life, allowing yourself to feel your emotions, but not be controlled by them. You are engaged in life and continue to create experiences that light you up and feed your soul. This does not mean your life is void of challenges. It means that the challenges no longer consume and control you. With your ability to be present, the path for moving through each challenge is illuminated, making the path to peace clear. And it's funny, after reading that and hearing your shares so far today, I feel like this is exactly what we were talking about. Years ago, when you left that job, you were in the pit with the wolves. And the healing work that you've done with yourself has allowed yourself to view things differently. You've because of your desire to be more present, you're able to observe more. And in that observation, you're discerning what's true and what's not true anymore. And that feeds your peace. So really well done, Janice.
Yeah, absolutely. It was all matching up to me this week. That's for sure.
Really, really well done.
And especially, let's just say Thanksgiving coming, I think mine can be pretty simple, but they can not be simple. And I could get so worked up and who's coming Thanksgiving. Okay. If if, my stepson's coming, how are we going to deal with it if, he does this, he's a recovering addict, and you have to have things planned. And I know in the past I've gotten myself quite worked up, or he started to act a certain way. And then I was like, oh my gosh, oh no. And, then you create it to come true. The thing is if it was just, if you just said, hey, he just needs to take a time out, why don't you just go for a walk or something? If I could have done that,
right,
which is what I would do in the future, there's different things you do. And, my granddaughter's birthday's today. It's like, yes, 17. Oh my gosh. And he's supposed to come over tonight. Okay, but he's gonna come over. She's not gonna do it. You know what? This isn't my problem. I don't have to create this thing for Adriana. This is her birthday. You know what she wants to do tonight? The night of her birthday. For her birthday, she wants a shopping trip. That's Saturday.
Right.
She's just going to go with her friend and drive over to Burlington, a couple hours away, and shop. That's what she wants. Okay. Instead of me trying to make up this perfect birthday. Oh, it's her birthday. Which is what I do. I said, you know what? I'm creating this for me. Let's let go of that one. What does she want? She doesn't care. She's not me. Why do I have to have that? Okay. I don't. Okay.
See, look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, but there's just so much.
That awareness, that you being able to observe the behaviors of not only you, but Adriana. Yeah. That's the beauty of it. We're getting to the point where we realize we don't have to carry all that. It's not, like you said, it's not your job. It's not your responsibility. And if we go back to the show from last week about the lists of what we can control and what we can't control and those things, it's like, what do we want to try to control? And it's great that you bring up, I laughed about the holidays and this being the topic as well. Because I know early on when I started all of this work and it came to setting boundaries and things like that, yes, I was able to do it in my little ecosystem here. And I was able to grow and heal and create different, healthier patterns. And I began to change. I began, I'll say grow and evolve, whatever, heal, which made me show up differently. Well, that was fine in my little world here. But then when you're going to go and see family, they're expecting the old Judy. Yeah. They're expecting the Judy that drinks all day and gets loud and has fun and is a smart ass and sarcastic and all those things, when now I'm more quiet. I observe. I like to engage in deep, meaningful conversation, not the surface bullshit. Yeah. So it was interesting because the first couple of holidays, family was like, "Are you okay? You're awfully quiet."
Yeah, I've gotten you used to laugh all the time. And then I get the stories about my laughing and, and now, it's a surfacey event. It's a surface level. That's how I relate to that family. And so we do it and enjoy the food and be grateful, and they go. So
it's interesting though, Janice, because if your family watches the show, they've commented, they've watched the show.
My extended family.
It'd be interesting to see if you start having some deeper conversations.
Well, the people who come,
because I feel like my family, we're more willing to talk about deeper things now. Oh, Janice froze on us. Okay, I think this is a perfect place for us to take a commercial break. And we'll be right back, and hoping Janice will be with us as well. Hello and welcome back to Be Here Now.
Can you see
Janice
me?
is back with us.
Yay!
Yay!
You know, we
Where
don't have
presence
whole.
invites peace.
That's right. We don't have choices for our service, for internet service. We live in the boonies, so I actually have Starlink now, which is neither here nor there politically, but it really works the best that I've ever had for any kind of service. So I'm really pleased. But I did get this little mobile version. So like if we go camping or something, I can get it. So I could do the show maybe when I'm camping and actually get service. I know I'm planning. But I just thinking maybe I should set it up for the show on Thursdays. Make sure we get good enough service.
I don't know. Maybe this is the second had some trouble. So maybe.
Yeah.
Interesting because Zoom, we're at our pregame meeting, you're always solid and good.
Yeah.
So this must take more bandwidth.
Yeah.
Or something. But yes, we will work it out. It's all good.
Yes.
It's all good.
And speaking of good, you know what I didn't talk about is when we're talking about if you can make a donation to us, is if you do make a donation of $25, I will make you a t-shirt we'll have a logo on it. Or saying if you want, let me know. If you do 30, I'll have a long sleeve t-shirt, or 50, I'll make your old sweatshirt, like this sweatshirt. This is our old logo. It's a little different now, but I haven't been able to run the machine yet. And just write the donations and then send me an email. And the email's peacefulempowermentworks@gmail.com. And tell me your size, favorite colors, what do you want, and we'll get it out to you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
And for those of you that may be watching or haven't seen us in a while, Janice had shoulder surgery. That's why she's out of commission with her t-shirt and sweatshirt making. But she is healing well and following doctor's orders, right, Janice?
Yeah, that's right. Oh, what a pain. I tell you, I get to take it. I can't they let me drive now, and I'm not supposed to have it on when I drive. So when I get to the car, I don't have it on, and then you don't think. It's like all of a sudden I'm reaching to close the door. Yowza! Reaching to get the what do you call that thing? Safety belt. Holy moly! Because it's just you just move it.
Yeah,
it's just an instinct, and I think that's why they make you wear the 6 weeks. I have to wear this.
That is exactly why they make you wear it.
Because I put it, I take it off and I'm holding my arms, so I'm like, see, this is fine. But then all of a sudden I'm reaching down to move something, and
Yep.
Yeah,
You don't even think about it. You have a much greater appreciation for your left arm now.
Oh man, do I? But I can do the wrist part. So I'm thinking I can maybe we're going to make mugs as well. So I'm thinking maybe I can make the mugs. So you go ahead and still donate, and we'll talk about it. We'll see what we can do.
Exactly. We'll work it out. You were also talking that maybe you could crochet. So
yeah, I was thinking of that. I'd have a hard time crocheting something with the words on it, though. But hey, you never know.
Exactly. We could get just the color brands with hats and scarves.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. I hear leg warmers are making a comeback. No,
I do, and I do like making scarves, but you can only make so many scarves. What are you going to do with them? Okay, enough of that.
All right, moving right along. Well done. Okay, back to the topic at hand. The wolves are circling. How do I remain unmoved? And before break, we were discussing the holidays, which are coming up, and how when you've been working to heal and allowing yourself to show up more authentically, the people that you love and have been with you throughout your life may or may not be surprised at how you show up. And for my family, I was the loud one that would drink all day and laugh and be sarcastic and a smart ass, and that's what they were expecting. So, I would get questions like, "Are you okay? You're awfully quiet."
Yeah.
And I'd be like, "Yeah, just watching." But I can remember feeling nervous about that. Like, am I going to have the courage to be who I truly am, or am I going to fall back into that comfortable space of just drink the beer and be the smart ass? Everybody will be happier.
Would you be happier?
No. And that's what gave me the courage to just show up and be me. And it's not that they didn't like me sitting there being quiet, but because I was so one way all my life, they did think something was wrong with me when I was not as loud and communicative as in the past.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing I learned is don't take it as an insult. They're not insulting you. It's they need the opportunity to meet this authentic me as well.
Yeah.
So where they were once wolves, not so much.
It's good to know too, because when you are trying to heal and be healthier and more peaceful, one of the greatest boundaries can be, the people who have been in your life, because they have invested interest to keep you the way you were, because that's how things were. So when you try to grow and change, you have a challenge there. So good for you.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. I believe you're doing the same, whether you realize it or not. And it's funny, I was telling all this stuff about the painting and what it's meant to me over the years was not something that came to me. It wasn't something that I was aware of as, the journey was unfolding. It was all something that came as a result of the show topic today. So, it's been very interesting. I actually wrote down some things about the evolution of unmoved. And I guess we should give credit verbally to the artist. His name is Lak Duong. And the story of the painting itself is interesting as well, because it was something that he kept coming back to and adding to and adding to and adding to, because it started out much darker color-wise than it actually is when he finished it. So, and it was days and days and days and days and days it took him. And then once it hit where it is now, he felt it was complete. So
I would love to sell that. We should try. We should contact the artist, or see where we can get that, or I'll buy it and then I'll give it to people who make donations or something. That'd be fun. Now I want one.
I tell you, I keep one. I know I've shown it on the show plenty of times. I keep one on my desk so that I have that visual reminder of this is alignment to me. When I look at this picture, this painting, that's what alignment looks like for me. So it's a constant reminder. I'm very much a visual person, so I find it extremely helpful. So the things I jotted down this morning about the evolution of unmoved was interesting. Like when I first was introduced to the painting, there were feelings and emotions that I didn't understand. I couldn't explain, but it was, to the point where I had to have one in my physical possession. So I bought it. It was almost like my soul hand selected it as a tool to help me continue moving forward. So there's that visual aspect of it. And it was very much about the self-discovery. This is all about me. And when I first worked with it, the wolves I felt like they represented all the external stuff. The job, the people, the this, the that, all of that, me standing there pointing outward. And it was, that constant fight for my attention. So the wolves were something to fight and fear. So when I started to set boundaries, I set my boundaries with barbed wire, is what I like to say, with that energy of, no, you're not going to fucking do this to me anymore because I deserve better. That's a boundary with barbed wire in my heart, in my mind. And I do believe it's a phase that I had to establish. I felt like I had to have that energy behind it in order for me to be strong enough and courageous enough to hold the boundary and believe that I was worthy of the boundary. So as I continued to work with it, I found I was working with my victim and my martyr archetypes, they like to call them, or characteristics. And really, like, instead of, when they say when you point your finger at somebody, you got 3 fingers pointing back at you, I started to focus on the 3 fingers. Like, if this is what I'm drawing to me, what am I doing to bring this kind of stuff in? So I started to ask the questions, what is my victim trying to tell me? What is my martyr trying to tell me? And it helped me get to the root of my insecurities, the root of my belief systems. And it created, it really allowed me to become aware of the fact that I had a people pleaser pattern. And I'm sure people out there that knew me would be like, oh, really? You didn't know? But no, I wasn't aware of it.
Did you see yourself as an angry, mean
that
person? You saw yourself probably as an angry,
What's
mean
that?
person? Did you see yourself as an angry person?
I saw myself as somebody that believed as long as everyone else felt safe and they were happy, then I could finally be happy. So that's the people pleaser.
Gotcha.
Once I can get all that in line, then I can feel safe and happy. Which,
Gotcha.
Now I know is a very arrogant way to approach things, because who the hell am I to make other people happy? But but that's what I know now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, and with the boundary set with the barbed wire, you don't feel like you're very far away from the wolves. I felt like I was just a smidge above them, but with the barbed wire, I was able to keep them out. But just having that space allowed me to pause and start really digging on the inside. So, I was able to transition from why is this happening to me? Why are the wolves attacking me? To what is this experience trying to teach me? Why is this happening for me? How is this happening for me?
Yeah.
So, I felt like the barbed wire start to soften. My boundaries didn't feel like they had to be set with such, basically fuck you energy.
Yeah.
Because I started to take responsibility for me and what I was creating in my life. So suddenly, the wolves weren't external anymore. They represented the parts of me that I was scared to look at.
Wow.
Yeah. My shadows. And in that realization, then I slowly started to learn and see that there was really nothing to fear, because it's me. It was a part of me that I had hidden because I thought there was something wrong with it. So I hid it from me in the world. And now it's like, it's time for me to take it out, dust it off, and be like, hey, here we are. What are you trying to show me? What are you trying to teach me? Not afraid of you anymore. So let's work together. Yeah. So
yeah. Interesting. I think the wolves for me would be my feelings of worthlessness, and value. It's interesting because it's everyone's is different, but the same probably. But it's still that place, that dark place you go to.
Yeah, exactly. The wolves represented every insecurity I had, not being enough. I can't be loved until. I can't love myself until. I can't be happy until. And when you look at those fears and face them, and you realize they're just, what my fears were little fractured parts of me that I feel like, inner child work. That is really what I equate it with. I was like, I felt like every wolf was an age of my inner child that felt unseen, unheard, broken, not enough. And it was learning what that part of me was missing and what it needed to feel loved. And it was my job, my responsibility to love that little part of me. So that's what the wolves turned into for me. And I realized that fear is simply a messenger telling me that there's something that needs my attention. So transitioning from a world based in fear controlled every decision I've ever made, to this space of, okay, if I'm experiencing fear, it's trying to tell me something, was a huge shift. And it's not something that happened overnight. It is something that has evolved. I'm still working with it. It's not like fear doesn't still come and kick me in the ass, because it does. It's just my approach to it is different. Just like Janice with her closing this chapter on working. She's seeing it differently. She's approaching it differently. And in that awareness, it affects us differently. We can feel the feelings, but we understand we don't have to hold on to them. We aren't our emotions. They are things that pass through us. So it's not that I don't experience fear. It's not that I don't experience insecurities. And it's not that I still don't have thoughts that I'm not enough. But now I have that tool of the pause. And when I allow myself to breathe and pause, I literally picture this painting in my head, because that's where it takes me. That pause gives me this visual and reminds me that my goal is alignment.
You know, I'm seeing a therapist again, and I'm working on mind-body connection and being more present.
Mm-hmm.
And we're doing work on that. And the thing that she suggested for me is to feel it, you know, like instead of push it away, whatever. And we've talked about this before, but this is the tool right now that I'm trying to hone in on. So it's actually, you know, to be present and then to feel it. So instead of like, I start to feel it and then I divert, and I start to feel it and then I eat, or then I start to feel it. You know, I'm a master at that. I'm a master. But to actually feel it. And, you know, I felt it when we were together, and I felt it here. And it's interesting because when I let myself feel it, it gets less and less and less.
Yes.
You know, and then she said, so what, how's it feel like in your body? I'm like, in my body? Oh my gosh. and it was the same thing. Even if I was just focusing on, okay, I got a tension right here. And then if I focused on the tension, it lightened up. And it was interesting. It's just, so yeah.
Excellent.
Being present, do the pause, do the feel.
Yeah, you got to feel it to heal it. It doesn't mean you have to hold on to it, chew it, and eat it, you know, invite it for dinner. It just means you got to.
And right now, just holding on to it for 30 seconds was an awful lot. So there you go.
Exactly. Absolutely. Yeah. So, you know, the wolves are no longer the external forces, because I feel I've realized that whatever wolves are present in my life are there because A, I invited them on some level, and B, there's something that needs my attention. So when we get to the point of feeling the wolves circle, yes, I'm going to reflect back to last week's show. If the wolves are circling and you feel nothing but confusion and chaos, sit down, breathe, organize, create your list, focus, be present, because in those moments of presence, that's when the clarity comes. Really,
Oops, sorry.
We call the show Be Here Now, because we truly believe that being present is what changes everything. Being present truly does allow you to have a different perspective. It puts you back up on that observation deck.
Yeah.
And once you have that different perspective, then you have choice. And you can choose, is this feeding my peace or is it feeding my suffering?
And even when you go in the feel, it's like, it's the fear of the feel. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the feel. So it's that fear. So it's so interesting.
Exactly. Absolutely. I love it, Janice. I love it.
Yeah.
Fear of the feel. I love it.
Yep. The fear.
Yeah. And once you feel it, you learn to not fear it anymore.
It's not so big and scary.
Not at all. The boogie monster is no longer the boogie monster. It's a cute little bunny.
Good. Yeah.
Okay. And we do have some tips and tools. I believe we've already touched on these, but we have some slides. So be the observer, just like we talked about. Observe the behaviors, experiences going on around you and ask the question, does this feed my peace and healing, or does it feed my confusion and chaos? For me, reminders and repetition. You know, I spent my entire life living in fear and survival. So this whole transition to choosing peace was a big one. And I needed constant reminders, and I needed to repeat them constantly. So constant reminders, be it words or images, that help remind you that you are healing and choosing a new approach to life helps to rewire your brain and create new patterns. Repetition of affirmations, phrases, and reminders support the rewiring and grounding of the new patterns. Breathe and be still. This calms your nervous system, grounds you, and allows clarity. And I have two little memes because, you know, words and visuals. You're not responsible for your first thought. You're responsible for the second one. And that's where the pause comes in. That flash of jealousy, anger, or judgment, that's conditioning. What you do next is character. Most people beat themselves up for having the human reaction. Focus on your response, not your reflex. I love that. That first initial thought is your reflex. That's the conditioning. When you breathe, it allows clarity for the response. Love it. And healing is 1,000 tiny moments of choosing a different life for yourself. There's your repetition right there.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I love it. So anybody who, I feel like we'll put the link to where people can purchase the picture if they would like, the painting if they would like, under the show once I repost the show.
I want that.
Awesome. Okay. Now, we have completed that, and we shall close with something to chew on from Janice. What you got, Janice?
Well, it kind of says something a little different than what you were just saying. But, I can barely see it. What if, think about this week, you don't heal by becoming someone new. You heal by loving who you always have been.
Yep.
So try thinking about that this week.
Yeah, that I love that. I believe I'm the one that sent you that.
Could be.
Yeah, I think the visual for people that are listening on podcast is the in the shadow, there's the older woman, and the older woman is hugging her inner child. There's a child there, and they're hugging one another. And that's what I was saying. I felt like the wolves were just different expressions of my inner child.
Oh, get goosebumps now. I never noticed that.
Yeah. So when I ask, what is it you need? It's my job to love her. It's my job to help her feel safe. It's my job to get her to trust me because I make better decisions now than I used to.
Yeah.
So this goes right along with it. It's not about you becoming someone new. It's about you peeling off all of the masks and creating new patterns so that you can be your true, authentic self. So, yeah. Awesome.
Beautiful.
I love it. I love it. We will not be with you next Thursday because it is Thanksgiving. So we hope you have a wonderful holiday and express your gratitude. If you love somebody, let them know.
Yeah.
If you dig the outfit they're wearing, tell them. If you're just happy that they're a part of your life, don't hold back. Speak the words. People need to hear it.
And try to be your authentic self, the healthy self, and fight the urge to play the role.
Exactly. Confidence in being who you truly are. Love it. Yep. All right. Well, thank you so much for choosing to be here now with us. Please always remember.
Give yourself grace.
Yes. And don't ever forget, you are awesome. Janice, you are awesome. Thank you for sharing.
So are you, Judy. Thanks, everybody. Have a great Thanksgiving. Thanks for being here. Bye, everybody.
We'll see you in December. Mwah. Thank you,
Yes.
Silverio.
Bye.